I think we've all got that one place, that place that leaves an indelible mark on your soul, a place that no matter how old you get, it still brings you back to that childlike wonderment, that no matter how far you go or how much time passes, it still feels like home. A place with so many memories you could never hope to recall them all. I've always lived in the city, but the mountains have never stopped calling me back to them. When most kids wanted big, extravagant parties on their birthdays, I wanted to go camping with my family. When most people dream of tropical beaches or lavish getaways in exotic places, I dream of mountain streams, evergreen forests, and high peaks. This is the place where my love for the outdoors took root. This is the place where it all began. It's finally the weekend. Heading off to a place that is very near and dear to my heart. Been kind of a crazy day since I got off work, just a mad rush to finish getting packed and get on the road and get through rush hour traffic, but I'm far enough south of Albuquerque that I feel like I'm kind of in the clear and I'm ready for a somewhat relaxing weekend. So kind of our first view of where we're going. Might have to zoom in a little bit in post, but that really perfect conical mountain right there. We're camping a little bit right behind that and to our right. And if you look all the way to the right edge of these mountains, that's Sierra Blanca. Pretty much the town of Carrizozo is right on the other side of that. But yeah, we're getting pretty close, maybe about another 45 minutes. So this is always a little bit of a tough place for me to drive through. We're just entered the Little Bear Burn Scar. And as a kid, I remember coming up here and it was startling how quickly like the pine started. Like there's a bunch of juniper, but then all of a sudden there would just be like this place that we'd pass and it'd be nothing but these huge pine trees. And they're all gone. I mean, the entire area was decimated. And it's sad because it doesn't appear like it's really coming back. At least not yet. But, I mean, this was all like 60, 70, 80 foot tall pine trees. And it's all gone. So I just turned off the main highway, heading back to the campsite. I love this. Like, as soon as I pull off the highway, I just am in a better mood. This place is so special to me. I mean, it's the place that my love for the outdoors blossomed, you know? I just love it. As soon as you make this turn and you roll the windows down, you can smell the pine trees, even though there's not a whole lot of them left. But there's the stream running next to the road, and we'll get up to the lake here in a second, but I just love this area from the bottom of my heart. I mean, really, what's better than golden hour in the mountains? Yeah, that's where I learned how to fish. Another interesting thing, so after the fire, fire happened in July, I believe, of 2012. And as soon as, they got it put out, or even really it was probably monsoon rains that helped put the fire out. But those monsoon rains then just washed all the debris and all the soot and everything down the canyon and choked up this lake. And this lake is one of the water supplies for the city of Alamogordo. So for about the last 10 years, this lake's been completely dry. They've had a bypass going around it from the streams above, and they've had just dump truck after dump truck coming in, loading it up and dredging the bottom and redigging out the lake. And they just removed the bypass and filled the lake last year. So just seeing this lake with water in it is incredible. I come up here a couple times a year, and to see this lake dry and with trucks moving tons and tons of debris out of there is just seeing water in it is just such a relief.
those two skinny trees on the left, right in the middle, between that big tree and the two little ones.
Good morning. So today I am taking you on the hike where I learned how to hike, and just the area that I just grew up learning nature in. I love this place. So this campsite right here, it's probably a campsite I've camped at more than any other, just because I like it because it's a little bit higher ground. So when I come here in the monsoon season, it doesn't get flooded out. That's just been a recent favorite of mine. So there's one thing I don't like about this area, and that it's just it's probably the closest mountain to anywhere in southeastern New Mexico or West Texas, really. Just like a pine forest, you know? And so on weekends, it gets really busy. And it actually got so bad, there's some stables up here a little ways. And there was so much traffic through there, and they were just, whoever was going through there was just so inconsiderate. They were flying through there. And so they actually had, I don't know if it was the city, the county, or the Forest Service, or a little bit of everything. They had them make this little bypass over here so that people can go around them. But yeah, the stables down there are pretty cool. I used to always love, whenever I came up, just drive through there, and there's always horses and dogs, and this is a pretty cool area. This campsite right here is the campsite that my family and I used to camp at all the time. And once again, we liked it because it was high ground, and a lot of times we camp in the monsoon season, and the stream it's completely dry right now, but it'll overflow its banks and flood a lot of the campsites. So we always like the high ground ones. Yeah, we used to set our tent up right here. And I spent more time sitting around this campfire than any other with my family. Me and my brother used to run back there, and that's actually where we're going. The main trail's right here, but it's a little side one right over here. My brother and I used to run back here. I'll show you all this stuff as we go back. So one thing that is kind of sad to me is that this stream right here used to always run, and it would create like a miniature little pond here that you'd always have to drive through. Sometimes they'd even get high enough that, you know, back when I just had a Honda Accord, I wouldn't even be comfortable bringing it through here. Going up Turkey Canyon. I'd probably hike this trail more than any other trail. So when my brother and I used to come play up here, I mean, the geography's kind of been so altered just because of all the flooding and everything that's happened. It's changed the topography. But there used to be these huge pools all through here. And you can see the stream is running up here. It just drops underground somewhere back there. And we'd come here, and they would actually be like big fish in them. My brother and I, thinking we were outdoorsmen, would fashion up some spears and try to spearfish. And we were never lucky, but actually I think we might have gotten one or two in the day. But yeah, it's kind of weird how much this has changed. But you can see like how the stream has like kind of trenched this area out. It didn't quite used to be that deep. still just working my way out of the canyon. I mean, I haven't filmed in probably about half an hour. There's just not a whole lot to see. Just working my way along this ridge, climbing to the top of the canyon. You can see some of the burn scar up along that far ridge. Looks like I keep hearing voices and noises. I think somebody's down in the canyon. So normally I'm coming up around this area in September. So it's interesting to see the difference in the trees. Like, it's mid-May right now and they're still just barely budding. The grasses aren't that high. There's a bunch of these little flowers blooming along the side of the trail. I have no idea what they are, but they're pretty. And I'm getting to the last hard section. It's not even that bad, but it is a little steep. It doesn't last for very long. But we'll have some pretty cool views coming up. And yeah, I'll show you those when I get there. I find it odd that all these trees are arched over. It's just really kind of in this section. I can see a few more up the trail, but just a little out of place it seems. I took one of my favorite photos of all time, my very first smartphone right here. But like I said, it was a different time of year. The canopy was a lot more full and it gave a real cool tunnel perspective here. I mean, you still kind of get it, but with it being so thin up top, it just doesn't have the same effect. There's also the part that kind of kicks everybody's butt. It is the steepest section. You've been hiking for a few miles, but actually not a whole lot of elevation left to gain. Get up to the little rest spot up here a little bit, I'll show you. Then we'll get up to the ridge proper. From that point on, that's all the elevation gain we'll have. It'll be all downhill from there. But right now, it's a little steep. I made it. Must have been a crazy storm coming through here this winter, earlier this spring, because this oak got wrecked. I'm actually kind of surprised to still see a little snow up there. So yeah, gonna take the backpack off, take a little break, eat a snack, maybe take a couple photos, and we'll get back to it. All right, just took my break, took some photos, ate a little snack, and about to start moving again. Figured to get one last view of the area. Yeah, I've got one more steep climb up ahead of me, and then it's all downhill from there. All right, so we're about to work our way through here, across, and we're gonna go right up there and around the back of that. All these wildflowers are just lining the trail here. Whew. All right, just climbed up this little hill here, give you a better view. Actually a kind of cool little backpacking campsite here on the top of this hill. You're looking down the valley, you can see that lava flow that I drove through yesterday. The city of Carrizozo out there, and No Gal Peak is that one. I pointed that one out as we were driving in, that really conical, prominent mountain. Yeah. So this crest trail, come down and head around this way. But actually what I think I'm gonna do is come back down this trail I just came up. And there was a cut across trail that I've actually never hiked on. So I think I'm gonna go down there to that and see what's there. Also, some paintbrush down here. Love those. Yeah, kind of excited to explore some trails that either I've never been on or I haven't been on in decades, so should be interesting. It's kind of cool. I'm out in this pasture that we were looking at, so that when I took a break, it was like right around there. And so I'm in the pasture across the canyon from where I was taking a break earlier. Cairn, I don't know, it's not even really a cairn, it's just like a pile of rocks, not even a stack of rocks. There's so many of these flowers in this area right here. It'd be so cool if all of them were blooming at the same time. I mean, there's a lot of them blooming, but imagine if all of these were blooming. That would be crazy. I love being up here. You can see for just miles and miles and miles. It is getting a little breezy up here though. We're at the top of Argentina Canyon here. A lot more wildflowers. There's a beautiful little spring coming out of the ground over here. There. Try a stream bed. And it looks like either the water just pulled up here from the rain they've been getting, or another spring right there, or the stream just comes out from underground again. It's a pretty little canyon though. This would be a really cool spot if the stream was flowing pretty good. Unfortunately, it's just a little trickle right now. That'd be a cool little waterfall. So I was thinking about taking this trail, but I'm kind of enjoying this canyon, so I think I'm gonna just go all the way back down Argentina Canyon. So that's where we're going. That's a hell of a root ball. Had to have been a crazy event whenever that tree toppled. All right, there's the totals for the hike. 8.7 miles, 3 hours, 54 minutes, and it's not telling me elevation. All right, now that I'm done hiking and we still have a little bit of daylight left, show you around camp. My beautiful truck, my tent. Got a little bougie later. Got Eric's tent and truck over there. Got a butt ton of wood. And Eric and I engineered a little air vent for the fire tonight. We should have a good fire.
Yes, sir.
stream's not running down here. If you go up any of the canyons, there's usually always water. But look at all the little baby trees. I love these little guys. So I came on a camping trip here, actually 12 years ago. It was in September. And this river actually, it was a river at that point, went over its banks and would have been flooding this entire campground. So during monsoon season, it definitely gets high. And you can see the water levels on certain parts of it. I mean, it looks like almost even recently, the water's been about 3 to 4 feet high. So it does get a little wild down here. Had a lot of trouble getting out of here when I was in my Camry on that trip. That's why I bought a truck this time. Oh, I definitely got to show you the wood stump chair that somebody carved out. Heading back in. Just gonna go take some photos and grab some water. Probably be out for like an hour. I do want to kind of hustle. Yeah, weather's perfect out right now. Nice little breeze, perfect temperature, and now it's nice and shady. So this is actually the canyon that the fire started. There's way up this canyon, but this is it. You see this whole area is choked up from all this debris. But you can literally walk on top of it. And just came down the canyon. I've been hiking along the stream, taking some pictures, but met back up to the trail and now it's time to haul back to camp. Look at this interesting trunk. It's getting a little dark outside. The back screen of the GoPro looks like it's handling it okay, but we'll see how the footage comes out. I think this is the last bit of water before it runs down there and quits. And this is a side canyon, but it all disappears underground once you get down to the main canyon from here on out. Eric said that if I needed video of a guy pissing in the bushes, that he was volunteering. So, just kidding, I'm not gonna say that. I decided to be lazy on this trip. Just brought freeze-dried meals. Tonight it's Mountain House lasagna, which I'm not complaining about at all. Some people complain about Mountain House. I'm not one of them. I thoroughly enjoy these. Excited. I am stupid though, because I forgot my measuring cup. So I'm just kind of having to eyeball it this weekend. So if you ever forget a measuring cup, I always say go more water Soupier is better than dry. They say a washed pot never boils. So stop looking at it. You can want some dinner, guys. Look away.
I just went out for a piss and I came back with this stuff.
Yay, finally. I'm also an idiot and I completely forgot to bring my oven mitts. Old Frontier Golden Pride souvenir cup. Some Berkey elegance right there. Looks like it's working pretty well. It's actually so hot it's catching stuff that's out of the fire on fire. This is always a sad day, sad drive. I always hate leaving, but I am kind of ready to get home to my kitty and take a shower because, man, I smell so bad. But yeah, it was such a good weekend. Glad I got to come up, and the weather holds, I'll be doing it again next weekend.